Physical and psychological effects of working in the healthcare industry.
Everyone has been to the hospital at some point in our lives, whether that's due to breaking a bone, getting a concussion, having a high fever. In fact, a majority of us are even born in hospitals. But who are the people there that help us? Healthcare workers such as nurses or doctors spend up to 50 hours a week working non-stop, helping patients with little breaks because of the demanding work schedule they are given. Workers in healthcare face a variety of issues as a result of the long hours and hard work they put into their jobs. So, what type of challenges? Physical effects. The long hours and erratic, demanding schedules that doctors and nurses work cause them to miss meals along with breaks and often experience sleep deprivation. Just a couple hours of sleep are available each night due to inconsistent sleep patterns caused by the night shifts that certain healthcare staff work. According to a 2020 study, individuals with irregular sleep routines had practically double the risk of cardiovascular illness than people with more consistent sleep schedules. A survey including more than 90,000 individuals associated disturbances in circadian rhythm with an increased likelihood of mood disorders. Researchers have even linked hypertension and elevated cholesterol to chaotic sleeping habits. Absence of daily meals can also impact the body's health and strength, as a nutritious diet helps strengthen the immune system and improve gut health, both of which are essential in handling and being surrounded by certain infectious diseases or illnesses that can be extremely harmful. Healthcare workers are also often surrounded by dangerous chemicals, radiation, or even tools that, if not careful, can be very damaging, whether it's short-term or long-term. Psychological effects. Every day, healthcare workers experience various emotions. They experience the highs of saving a life and making a difference to the lows of witnessing pain, suffering, and in many cases, death. The psychological toll of these experiences is profound and can cause serious problems to the mental health of workers. The stress and anxiety from this is bad enough, but having to cope with the loss of a patient, young or old, is extremely painful. Nearly 80% of doctors have experienced a distressing patient event in the last couple years, and many go on to suffer from depression, anxiety, and PTSD. Lack of sleep, previously mentioned, can also cause loss of focus and increased irritability, which in times can cause people to make rash decisions that in some cases can be harmful to a patient or themselves. So, you might be wondering, why would anyone want to work in a job with so many difficulties? Sure, there are quite a few negative aspects of this job, but what job doesn't? The healthcare industry is one of the fastest growing globally, with a projected 14.77% increase in revenue by 2027. Considering these rising percentages, the number of healthcare professionals are expected to increase by 16%, the fastest job growth rate than any other industry. Working in the healthcare industry is actually a very rewarding and demanding job. The highest paying jobs globally are the ones in healthcare industry, such as becoming a neurosurgeon, anesthesiologist, etc. In addition to the great compensation, you are given various opportunities to make a difference and a positive impact in someone else's life and contribute to their well-being. Every day is unique as well, presenting fresh obstacles as well as more chances to learn and grow. My mentor. Nurse Keurig took on the role as my mentor for this Capstone project. Since I have never worked in the healthcare field, I needed a mentor to help me learn more about the topic and to offer insights and guidance. Sitting down and questioning her about the effects of working in healthcare, she claims that working 12 hours a day has an effect on her sleep. She stated that because of her work schedule, she doesn't get any sleep during her night shifts and only gets about 6 hours throughout the day. This is 2 hours fewer than what is advised by professionals. When asking her if she has experienced any impacts to her mental or physical health within the last 5 years due to working as a nurse for numerous hours a week, she had said that she was more prone to catching colds and coronavirus during the height of the pandemic, as there was no information on the disease at the time. Nurse Keurig remarked that during the outbreak, she frequently experienced loads of stress and often faced fatigue as well as anxiety due to irregular changes to her eating and sleeping pattern because of her packed schedule. Why did I choose this topic for my capstone? From the beginning, I aimed to correlate my capstone with my desired career path, working in the medical field. By shedding light on these effects, my aim is to foster a greater appreciation for the sacrifices made by healthcare workers and acknowledge the negative aspects these jobs come with. As a student that's close to graduating soon, it is a big choice to choose what career path one wants to go down and acknowledge the benefits and challenges that come with it, which is why I believe my capstone covers an important subject to me. Though the job seems tough, I want to continue my path forward in this career because I believe the positive impacts and changes that can be made are worth the sacrifices. Recommendations. Though many of these issues are inevitable, I believe there are ways to cope with the problems. Number 1. More breaks. Since their long work hours are one of the main causes of stress and sleep deprivation, it is imperative to provide doctors and nurses more time off for eating, sleeping, and exercising. They can concentrate more easily during procedures and patient care as a result. 2. Counseling. Regardless of your identity, talking to friends, relatives, or therapists can help with mental health. Instead of resolving these problems on your own, you can obtain support from others by talking to people about your tension, concern, and unhappiness. As some doctors suffer from PTSD, which can have a very detrimental effect on their physical and emotional health, especially for those who suffer with the agony of losing patients. 3. Healthy lifestyle. Medical professionals should be more aware of the value of lunch, which also helps to boost immunity to preserve health and safety at work, and reduces the chances of fainting or being sick. Sustaining the right amount of water, vitamins, and minerals can also help the body stay hydrated and awake throughout long workdays. Furthermore, as I conclude this presentation, and as we take into account what it is like working in the medical field, I anticipate that you will develop an understanding of the difficulties faced by healthcare professionals and a greater appreciation for the daily sacrifices made by these dedicated people who save lives. For those that are considering being a part of the industry, it is important to acknowledge the challenges that can arise in this line of work, whether it's mental, such as stress and anxiety, or physical, like sleep deprivation or tendency to develop illnesses, but also to recognize the positives of being able to make a difference in the world and our future. Thank you for listening.